Today's story is Amara's or her boss's. Title: Under Pressure. Amara had been working as an executive assistant at Steele Enterprises for 3 years. Efficient, reliable, and unwaveringly organized, she was key to the company's day-to-day operations. Her boss, Ethan Steele, the CEO, was known for his sharp wit, unbridled expectations, and a mysterious charm that made people either admire or despise him. Amara had once praised her. That praise began to fade when Ethan's perfectionism turned into snapping remarks and curt commands. Their dynamic had changed over the past few weeks, and it finally boiled over one Friday morning. "Amara, can you tell me why the quarterly report was incomplete when I presented it to the board?" Ethan's voice, cool and steady, cut through the office like a blade. Amara blinked, alert. He had spent hours checking the report. "Incomplete," he mumbled, setting down his coffee mug. "I reviewed it twice before sending it to you. It was complete when I last saw it." Ethan narrowed his eyes, barely hiding his disappointment. "Well, it wasn't when it mattered. If you can't handle such a simple task, you're probably in the wrong position." Amara felt a mixture of anger and hurt flush on her cheeks. She rarely made mistakes, and this accusation was unfounded. "With all due respect," she said, her tone measured but firm, "I've worked tirelessly to make sure things run smoothly in this office. If something has gone wrong, it would be better to understand where the problem started rather than trying to figure out what caused it." "Mistake." Ethan's jaw tightened. "Are you saying I'm careless with my reports?" "No," he replied, his voice rising slightly. "I'm saying mistakes happen, and instead of pointing fingers, maybe we should focus on finding solutions." A tight silence fell over the room. The rest of the office was deathly quiet, ears pricked at the rare sight of someone standing in front of Ethan Steele. Finally, Ethan let out a sharp breath and ran a hand through his dark hair. "Okay, let's figure out where the mistake was." For the rest of the day, they worked side by side, working through emails, files, and drafts. The tension between them was palpable, but the two didn't argue. By evening, they had found the culprit. An IT error had corrupted the file while uploading it to the server. Amara sat up straight in her chair and looked at Ethan. "So, it wasn't my fault after all." Ethan leaned back, rubbing his temple. "No, it wasn't," he admitted indignantly. After a pause, he added, "I apologize to you. I shouldn't have jumped to any conclusions." Amara blinked in surprise. Ethan Steele wasn't known for admitting mistakes. "Thanks," she said softly. "But for the record, I'm not in the wrong position." Ethan smiled slightly, the ice in his demeanor melting a little. Noted. Over the next few weeks, their dynamic shifted again. Arguments gave way to mutual respect, and Ethan began to rely on Amara's input more than ever. Under the strain, they discovered something rare, a relationship based on trust, honesty, and the understanding that even perfectionists are allowed to make mistakes.